So something we've been hearing often from sellers is that they're running into their inventory limits on Amazon, and it's causing all sorts of issues, like they're not able to send in their best-selling items because they have too many of their worst-selling items, and Amazon is changing their inventory limits a couple times a week, and it's a big mess. So there are a couple strategies that we can use to actually move excess inventory more quickly. So what's your favorite one?
Yeah, I think my favorite one is actually price manipulation. So recently with those restock limits, I do think that everyone is just spending more money trying to move more units, and that can definitely be tough to justify if you have a slim margin. It's not a bad option. But manipulating the price is a much better option if you have the luxury of having multiple different child SKUs under a single parent ASIN. So take, for example, your best-selling color variation and your worst-selling color variation. If you need to restock your bestseller, but you can't because your worst-selling color has too much inventory, a great option is just manipulating the price by a very small amount. So a single dollar normally is enough to shift a considerable amount of volume between color variations. Now, the same cannot be said for size variations if you're in the apparel industry, but it is certainly effective in color or any other kind of variations where the two products are comparable.
In addition to that, you can still use kind of the anchor SKU approach. So in your ads, you can still drive people to the top selling color variation. And then once they hit on the listing, they should see the cheaper item and hopefully go for that one more often than they would if it was just the same price.
It's a really great thing because combining those two strategies together is almost always the best move. Because if you're going to increase your ad spend, Amazon might suggest you increase your ad spend on the slower moving SKU, but there's a reason why it's slower moving. Most often it's a conversion issue. It doesn't have the same click-through rate. And so even at a lower price point, your click-through rate might be lower. So promoting the top selling SKU, but then driving them to the slower selling SKU via a lower price, that is the most effective way to get the most eyes on that lower selling SKU to alleviate some of your restock limit issues or inventory capacity limits.